Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are at war with Brazil and Russia at the same time. This was probably a mistake on my part, but, you know, we're doing it. We're still trying to get Russia's fleets locked down and headed back to their various areas. I'm going to move this fleet into this node, because we're trying to go after all of Russia's fleets to stop them from creating a problem for our supply situation. You're not going to that same node. You are going to that same node. I'll send you here. That said, we do have, we are exceeding our enemies in strength right now. So, at least a little bit, so I'm hoping we can continue to do that. Russia is by far the stronger land power, but our infantry situation is overall a lot better than theirs, I think. We are suffering a lot of raiding in the West African coast. I am trying to get that under control here. Try to lock down these Russian fleets. Oh. Is there a Russian fleet in the English Channel? That's not good. I'm still figuring out how fleets work in the new meta. Really, Brazil, you're really going to make me push all the way across the rest of Brazil to get to Rio de Janeiro? It's just banning slavery. Hey, there's logistics and Bessemer process. Oh, boy. So Bessemer process is going to get us a pile of steel. Supposedly, the steel mills are going to be unproductive, but we can sell it abroad. Everybody likes steel. Ooh, colonization Niger Delta. To Java Sea, we've got fleets on the way there to help with that situation. Macaronesian Sea, still doing some fights over here. Perfect, there we go. Should knock that fleet out. What did I just... What was I about to do? Sold steel. It's gone. I lost it, friends. Friends, the cat brain is a cat brain. It is what it is. We're still short of silk, so let's see where we can get some silk. The Taiping market will trade us just as much silk as we desire. Oh, colonization. That's what it is. Any more locations we can colonize? Yes, Guinea, finally. Wonderful. We're finally where we want to be on that. We got France locked down here, so we can seize this chunk of France at some point. Got a naval battle going on here. We are winning. They're trying to ram. That's an extremely inadvisable maneuver in a modern naval war, but it is what it is. Let's see. Qing does have war support protection, but again, we can invade Joseon once. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but you know, I'm not some kind of Korean speaker. If anyone told you I speak Korean, they were lying. They're a lying liar who lied. So, we should also get more groceries from somewhere. Prussia produces a good amount of groceries. Let's get it from them. Coast of St. Helena. Still. This is West African coast. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. They're darn Russian fleets. Oh, darn Russian fleets. Oh, raiding my convoys. West African coast, we're still having a problem there. Gold in Tasmania. Wonderful. I think that contributes directly to my my bottom line. So I could, at this point, do a cheeky naval invasion, but I do want to get Brazil worked out. Trade agreement? Absolutely. Hey, do you think you could go towards the objective over here? Do you think you could go towards the objective? Okay. So I'm actually going to put this fleet over here. And then this fleet I'm going to have planning a naval invasion of Ingria with the household division. And we're going to see how well that goes. We've lost a pretty low percentage of battles here. In fact, 0. But we're still not all the way across, and for some reason we're fighting our battles in Maranhão rather than on the main front. Tell you what, I'm going to grab one of these armies. Are you kidding me? The Taiping government has announced its intent to put an end to the opium trade in the Heavenly Kingdom. As Great Britain is a major exporter of opium, this is a matter of great economic concern. There are some who decry the so-called moral evils of the opium trade. I say to them, who are you to stand in the way of free trade and the free choices of the consumer? The demand exists, and so we provide. If not us, then some other nation would surely grow rich off the backs of Han opium fiends. Should every man be deprived of opium simply because some irresponsible ninny-hammers abuse it? And should every British family be deprived of the wealth that opium brings to our country? They will eat their opium and like it. Just because you're a Christian kingdom, it doesn't mean I'm not going to opium war you. Let's be real here. Great. Opium wars completed successfully. Well, there was a naval invasion for a second. A victory in the Opium Wars. We forced the Heavenly Kingdom to concede a treaty port in Guangzhou, ensuring the continuation of the opium trade for years to come. I'm not going to read this rude-ass thing once more time, but I am going to go with extra morale damage, because that's going to help in this war. Friends, I did not plan that. I'm not some kind of galaxy brain optimizer here. I just did the most imperial thing I could imagine. Successful naval invasion of Ingria. Wonderful. So what I'm hoping this leads to is I'm going to put this army on defense. And I'm hoping that just having Russia's capital occupied is just enough to completely lock them down. To get them to bail out of this war. Or to at least get them off the main front and have them withdraw some troops back to Russia to deal with that situation. They did have plenty of troops kind of around here, overall. They are pushing back into me, so this might end up being kind of a failure, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. In any case, I want to grab some of my fleets and have us raid Russian convoys. So, we'll do the Gibraltar node, and then we'll grab the North American and West Indies station. You're actually in the middle of a battle right now. Plymouth Station will go to that node, because that's a place a large fight is happening, and then the Lisbon Station will go to the North Sea and get raiding. And hopefully that will sort that out. We are experiencing a victory here, so hopefully we can continue to press forward in Brazil. And we are finally building up Big Ben, which will take a long time to build, but will be effective. I don't think we're going to win this war on the Taiping front. We are... I feel like the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom might be seriously outmatched by Russia. The improvement of relations is going well on account of we're allies in a war. Many of our armies have low or insufficient organization on the whole. Nope, it's all looking good. We're spending a significant amount of blood and treasure at this point, though. I'm going to set this army to adamant defense. And we're just going to continue to defend here for as long as, hopefully, as long as it takes to get Russia out of this situation. Russia's got 39 war support and they're losing 1.45 per week. But hopefully that'll go up as they start to really lose battles over here. Or at the very least to take a ton of casualties. Right? Because like that's the goal of this manner of naval invasion. We're sinking Russian convoys now. Hopefully we can get some of these battles won. Lost some convoys on the coast of St. Helena. That's here. So we're deploying a fleet there. And this battle is a success, so we're... hopefully we'll be at the gates of Rio de Janeiro before too long. I'm going to deploy this fleet to this sea node to try to knock out these fleets here. They're still winning that battle there. They are pushing us back, which is not shocking given this force parity here, but hopefully that's weakening their resolve faster than it's weakening ours. Interesting. Trade agreement? Heck yes. Yeah, it seems like. Do I have war support protection here? I do. Okay. So if I can continue to win these battles in Brazil, I can finally get over there, and then that'll let me redeploy all of these armies. You know, Brazil, I hate to say this, I know, because I do genuinely believe that you're a smart country, but honestly, this whole situation feels like kind of an own goal here. Well, plus, we're finally getting these universities that I queued up in the middle of the 1830s built. We're finally in Rio de Janeiro, and if we can get a hold of Rio de Janeiro, then they will just completely bail. Once again, we are losing over there, but over here is the main front. And again, once we're finished with Brazil, we'll be able to go there. Nice. We are sinking a lot of Russian convoys. I'm overall pretty happy with the way this war is going. I'm obviously concerned about this whole situation. Our supply line here is not great, but again, if we can finish getting a hold of Rio de Janeiro, then hopefully all this can be doing a lot better, and then we won't have to worry about any of that. Got another battle underway. Looks like we are winning this one as well. I kind of feel like a big galaxy brain nerd here. I feel like I definitely picked the right time. Both of these units are returning to their home node. We're gonna... okay, can't change the HQ there. But hopefully that has really messed up Russian war support, because that's really the goal here. They're at 9. They're losing 2.17 per week, as opposed to we're losing 1.81. So we will be able to get what we want out of that. We just won another battle in Rio de Janeiro. That state is almost completely occupied. Hopefully we can get it fully occupied in this next battle, which does appear to be going our way, which is wonderful. We're spending a pretty penny on this war, but I'm really still feeling pretty good about it. The United States colonized Minnesota. And we're finally building Big Ben, and we're getting these universities built up. Fleet! 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 There we go. And Rio de Janeiro is ours. And we've got another army deploying to the other side. Proposed peace deal. Perfect. So now we'll get both of these. We'll get this army deployed to this front. Or no, we want the army of the West Indies deployed to the front in China. As for the army of Ireland, they are going to be used as part of a naval invasion of Korea. Into Gyeonggi, and that will let us get what we want. Nova Scotian military revolt. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and grab the household division and put that on the front. Alright, so the last voyage of the Andorinha. With the Brazilian ban on the slave trade now enforced by local authorities indeed as in name, the South Atlantic slave trade has received its final mortal blow, much thanks to the unceasing efforts of the Royal Navy. Crew at attention. Dispatches arrived earlier this morning. The Aberdeen Act is no longer in force. Brazil has finally capitulated on the matter of the slave trade. As of now, we may return our attention to real matters. To mark the occasion, you're all receiving a double mashing of rum tonight. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. This causes us to lose our prestige and influence penalty, and gets us a 20-year influence, prestige, and convoy rating efficiency bonus. British relations towards Brazil improved by 80. Or Britain's never, never, never shall be slaves. This makes so this is instead of getting, I can get influence, prestige, and convoy rating efficiency. Or down here, I can get intelligentsia interest group proposal approval. I'm going to go with the first one. Bundu Uprising. All right. Where are you? You're here. Where's here? Ah, this country. Very well. I'm actually going to pull the Army of Australia off the main front to confront the Bundu Uprising. And relations with Brazil are cordial, so let's go ahead and improve them. I would love to have Brazil in my customs union. Raiding enemy fleets in the North Sea. That's been fun. So in another 3 months, we're going to be able to actually land here. And hopefully that will get us what we want in terms of fronts in terms of getting Joseon properly liberated. Because I think as long as we hold the capital, we'll be able to enforce the Liberate Joseon objective. And then maybe we'll do a separate... Actually, a smarter thing to do here would be for me to pull the Army of the West Indies. Ooh, Russia bailed out of the war. Perfect. And naval invade there, and that will let me get everything I want out of this war. Perfect. And with Russia out of the war, this front is actually looking a lot better. So we might still be able to clinch this. The Taiping side... Okay, so the Taiping side has war support protection as long as they don't lose their capital, which is... Nova Scotian military revolt. Okay. Got an army over there already. What is the capital of the Heavenly Kingdom? Shaozhou, I think is how that's pronounced. Don't quote me on that again. Ooh. Perfect. There's this popping off here, but we've got an army about to be in place. Perfect. Just want to watch this to make sure that my enemies don't show up on the other side here. We are advancing here. Let's actually get one more small army just on the north side of this so that we don't wind up in a situation where we're not properly defending the front that we need to be defending. Because I don't like it when that happens. We're still continuing to press forward in Yangho here. And now, just unloading this army, the Cape of Good Hope army. Perfect. And now we're moving into North Korea. And there's hold of the capital, and that means Great Qing no longer has war support protection. So that should lead to massive gains on all fronts, a thing that would make me extremely happy. We still need to deplete their war support, but they're losing 2.64 per week here, which means I'm feeling actually pretty confident about this whole war effort at this point. Alright, we've successfully defeated the Nova Scotian military revolt. We're in the process of defeating the Bundu uprising. Peace deal. Perfect. I think that should sort itself out. Perfect. And now, the war in China should be basically getting itself sorted out in good order. Nice. I'm feeling pretty proud of this whole situation overall. I'm feeling pretty good about the about my success here on the China front. I'm feeling pretty full of myself. Having successfully defeated Russia was quite a coup. So peace deal proposed. I do not accept this peace deal. I want Joseon to be liberated. I'm going to let that... I think I can get Joseon to be liberated through capitulation. So I'm going to keep this war going. My country is not being ravaged by warfare all throughout the north and south. I'm perfectly happy to keep this going as long as needed. Oh, there's triage. Perfect. So for mobilization options, I'm going to go ahead and enable medical support. Well, this reduces organization while they're, while it's changing. Alright, so... Oh. I didn't know I was so low on war support. Well, now I feel quite silly. But, in any case... That's the end of that war. You know, I should have kept better track of that. That one's on me, but we'll see. We'll see. The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom might still be able to clinch it. Of course, Qing China now has war support protection once again. But we'll see how that goes. Still trying to get Texas as a protectorate. So, how are things going in the market? We're actually really, really short on paper right now. So I'm going to queue in just a pile of paper mills. I've got quite a supply of paper mills available here. Wow, I actually don't have a lot of labor available. I definitely need infrastructure in quite a few of these states. So we'll do a round of infrastructure build-up. I'm just trying to get a good buffer of infrastructure in all these locations. And that'll be pretty nice. And then after that, I think we'll go ahead and just throw down 10 levels of paper mills in the Midlands. Where are all my paper mills? Oh, they're in the home counties. That's what's going on. I'm going to put these naval bases up to the top. I got kind of goofed up on that. I'm sad. I wish this had gone better for me because... Well, they got a hold of Hanxiang. Now all they need is to get a hold of Beijing and they'll be good to go. Let's see what our market's looking like. I can definitely afford to sell more goods. In fact, I can sell dyes. Prussia needs dyes. As does France. Let me look at what's cheap in the market. Wine. Nobody wants British wine. Sugar. Prussia. Belgium, Austria, Piedmont. Glass. Quite a few countries will buy British glass. Coffee. Nobody wants our coffee that bad. What about liquor? Cool. Nice solid locations. I'm going to go ahead and activate the first aid mobilization option for all of these armies. I also did not realize that we didn't have virtually any of these mobilization options activated. So we've got a liquor input, which we can absolutely do. We're outputting tons of liquor, so that's not even a question. Let me see. Coffee's pretty cheap in our market. Is tobacco cheap in our market? Not yet. Opium is kind of. It's tobacco. This one's sugar. Oh, sugar's very cheap. So we'll go ahead and do that. Groceries are expensive, but sugar's cheap. This is much easier than doing it manually army by army, I tell you what. And that should help make things easier. Ooh, we have a Chartist party. Alright, this has actually been a pretty healthy episode. I'm still kind of crushed over here. But I think the Heavenly Kingdom might still be able to win this. In any case, rain or shine, we'll end the episode at the end of the year, because we've got a lot to do. I've certainly succeeded at depleting my infamy, I should think. Yes, we're back to reputable, which is wonderful. I've also completely shot my... I see, here we go. I've completely outrun my investment pool by mass increasing my construction industry. So that's why I'm at a financial deficit right now. Also because I'm building things that are not really profitable, because they're universities and the profit is all in the innovation output. But innovation is going up, which is what we need. So I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, let's get a little bit. I don't think I've heard this song before, at least not often. Pretty rad, though. For whom the bell tolls. The aged Thomas Barnes, leader of the petite bourgeoisie, has unexpectedly expired mid-campaign, robbing the Chartist party of a cornerstone politician. The question of his replacement is now on everyone's lips. Unexpected? Bah! The old bag of bones was long overdue to meet his maker. It's about time that party saw some new blood. Go with the popular but inept candidate, 10% momentum, or the determined but haughty youngster. Ooh. What's momentum looking like? The Chartists are... Well, they are both screwed. We'll go with... No, we'll go with the haughty youngster. He's a radical. Interesting. Oh, this is Fergus O'Connor. Oh, and our government is unacceptable now. Oh, but the Whig Party is now the armed forces. Well, this does certainly present an opportunity for us. Because the industrialists and the armed forces actually align pretty well overall. So that's a significant opportunity for the government. I'm going to intersperse these. I'm going to put the two in the Midlands at the top, and then I'm going to pull the paper mills up into the middle of all of these, up into the middle of these railways so I can get them going at the same time. Because building more paper mills, well, in addition to being extremely profitable businesses, will also be very effective in getting the cost of paper down, which the government is going to need in court if it's going to continue to be a government that governs more, which is a thing that I very much want it to be. Now just intersperse these ones. Because most of these zones are not actually short on infrastructure right now, they're just shorter than I would like them to be. So we'll just go ahead and get those built up. Alright, we're going to get to the end of this election, and then we'll be good to go. It's actually going to be the next year, the beginning of next year by then, but that's fine with me. We have also successfully cut France off at the proverbial pass, and we've nearly colonized the last bit of Bundu, which is absolutely excellent. So our colonization efforts are continuing to bear fruit in Africa, which is wonderful for me. France is in the midst of a liberal revolt. Sure wish I could just grab some colonial territory. Actually, it's fractional distillation. What if... I can offer support to the rebels. Nope, they're not going to offer states. Ottoman Empire sides with France. That's just fine. France is who? France is Napoleon. That's Louis Napoleon Bonaparte. Weirdo. Oh my gosh, they white-pieced. They white-pieced right the heck out. They just truced with the war ongoing. Bananas. I love it. It's gonna feel silly, but I might have to grab another treaty port in China. This'll stop the tour. Edward Stanley Smith intends to travel across Wales by train to campaign for the Tory party. All I intend to do is present myself to the people. I'm just a simple man trying to get our party's message out by the best means available. Campaigning by rail is a smart move. This would give him 10% momentum and put a stress on the Wales rail network. Or sure would be a shame if the campaign train kept suffering delays, which would reduce his momentum by 10% and totally goof up railways in Wales. Let's do the second one. Kerblam. Get out of here, Tory party. No one likes you. And we'll see what our options are once the election shakes out, and then I'll put a pin in the episode. And here we go. Alright. So the Chartists have a heckin' majority. I think ultimately the Peelites and the Chartists are a better coalition than the Peelites and the Whigs for our purposes. So I'm going to keep things as they are, and perhaps when we go forward there will be some more interesting options for reform. With that having been said, however, that is all we've got time for today. I've had a good time. I hope you all have had a good time, and I will see you all on the other side.